Hi guys, so the Deputy Chief Medical Officer Jonathan Van-Tam was interviewed on Sky News about the vaccine rollout and why teachers, he was asked a question by a member of the public, why teachers are not receiving the vaccine, why they're not being prioritized for the vaccine. And he's going to explain why. And unfortunately, I think there are some problems with his explanation.
Yeah, and as you say, of course, not a unilateral decision in a global pandemic. What everyone else does around the world matters as well. A question that's come in from Andrew Miller about schools. With schools heading back on the 8th of March, why are we not vaccinating teachers as a priority?
Right. We're vaccinating people as a priority who have the highest risk of dying from COVID. And after that, we'll be focusing on people who have a high risk of hospitalisation from COVID. We do now have some data on teachers from the Office for National Statistics. I can't remember the figures, so I'm just going to have to quickly peep at them. For teachers of both sexes, the death rate from COVID between the 9th of March and the 28th of December.
So from the 9th of March to the 28th of December, he's going to give the data. Now, I'll let him say what the information is. But just think about it for a moment. Why would you use data from the 9th of March to December when schools are closed during half of that time? Wouldn't it make more sense to use data from the time when teachers are actually in the schools? You know, if I was to do a report on workplace safety, for example, on a building site, I wouldn't include a time when workers on building sites are not there. You know, usually during the winter period, in December, for example, I wouldn't do a work safety report that included December because workers are generally not on building sites in December. So why is his criteria, why is his data set including months that when teachers are not at school?
2020 has been 18.4, I beg your pardon, I've got it by sex, 18.4 per 100,000 for men, 9.8 for women teachers. And if you compare that with the same age population and sex again, generally, the figures are 31.4 for males and 16.8 for females.
So he's saying that, yes, it's lower than the average, but the average are maybe working more, spending more time in the workplace than teachers would be. Because if the schools are closed, then the teachers are not spending time with their colleagues. They're not spending time with students. Look, once again, I don't know if these criticisms are legitimate on my side, but it seems to be a strange way to use the data. If you're using periods of time when teachers are not working, why would you do that?
You know, it's clear that there is no excess mortality overall in teachers compared to people of equivalent age and sex in the population. But if you're a teacher and you have a high-risk condition, or if you're over 50, you're going to be picked up and picked up pretty soon at the rate we're moving by the JCVI priority cohorts.
So basically saying anyone who, well, if you're a teacher and you have an underlying condition and you're over 50, don't worry because you're going to be picked up. But the problem with that response is that if you actually look on Google, I did this myself, average age of teachers in England, 39 years old. So the average age of teachers in England is actually below the requirement that he's talking about. Yes, there are a large number of teachers over 50 who are going to be picked up automatically. But teachers are not going to be prioritized. Now, once again, I don't know if my criticisms of Jonathan are correct. Please do correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong here. But I think there is a problem using a data set that includes periods of time when people are not working, wouldn't it make more sense to use a period of time when the teachers are actually in the schools? I understand a smaller data set would perhaps not be would not produce the same results. Maybe they're not as useful. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this field, but it seems to me unusual to use data that includes time when students and teachers are not interacting. And also the fact that the average age of teachers in England is 39 years old. I think that's extremely concerning. His response, I should say, didn't really answer the question. Why are teachers not prioritized? Basically saying, well, according to the data that we've looked at, that includes time when teachers are not working, they're not at risk. And they're going to be picked up, anyone who's concerned is going to be picked up anyway because they're over 50. But as I said, the average is not over 50, the average is 39 years old. Once again, if I'm misunderstanding something, please point it out to me. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?